Right now, inside of you, there's a supercomputer running millions of processes a second. It's silently managing everything from your heartbeat to your thoughts. And that's what we're talking about today. We're going to decode how your body's incredible nervous system actually works.
But first, let me ask you this. You've totally done this, right? You touch a hot pan and your hand just yanks back instantly. But here's the crazy part. The feeling of pain that actually shows up a split second after you've already moved. So, how is that even possible? How does your body react to something before your brain even knows what's going on? Well, the answer to that little mystery is this incredible network we all have, the nervous system. It's basically your body's internal command center. It's the ultimate boss controlling every single thing you do, whether you're thinking about it or not. It's the whole reason you can move, feel, think, and react to the world. So, who's on this command crew? It's not just one thing calling all the shots. Turns out there are three key players that have to work together perfectly, and we're about to meet them.
And here they are, the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. These three parts are in constant communication, keeping your entire body hooked up and running smoothly. You can kind of think of them as the CEO, the main highway, and the citywide delivery network. So first up, you've got the big boss, the brain. This is your main control center. It's where all the really complex information gets processed, where you make conscious decisions, and it's where all your memories, your thoughts, your entire personality lives. It's the CEO up in the corner office. But a brain can't do its job if it's all alone, and that's where the spinal cord comes in. This is the main information superhighway. It's this thick bundle of nerves that runs from your brain all the way down your back, and it acts as the essential bridge, carrying messages between the brain and, well, everywhere else. And that brings us to the nerves. If the spinal cord is the main highway, then the nerves are all the local roads and side streets. They're this massive network of wires that branch out from the spinal cord to every single part of you. Your fingertips, your toes, your stomach. They're the ones actually carrying the messages back and forth.
Okay, so we've met the team, but how do they actually talk to each other? It's not like they're sending texts or emails. The communication is all about these lightning-fast electrical and chemical messages. Let's take a look at how that actually works.
It's really a four-step process, and it happens incredibly fast. First, your sensory nerves detect something. Let's say you see a friend across the street. That's step one, sense. Second, that message travels along your optic nerve up to your brain. Third, your brain has to process the info and go, hey, that's my friend, I should wave. And finally, it sends a new message back to respond, telling your arm muscles to lift up and wave. And all of this happens in a blink. Seriously, some of these signals travel at over 250 miles per hour. But here's the thing, waving to a friend, that's a choice. What about all the stuff your body does without you even thinking about it? This brings us to a really crucial point. Not all actions are created equal. So it kind of begs the question, how much are you really deciding? Your nervous system is basically juggling two different kinds of actions. On one hand, you have voluntary actions. These are the things you consciously choose to do. But on the other hand, you have involuntary actions, all the stuff that just happens automatically, keeping you alive behind the scenes. Let's look at some everyday examples. You decide to kick a ball or type a message. That's voluntary. But you don't decide for your heart to beat, do you? You don't have to remember to breathe while you're asleep or tell your stomach to start digesting your lunch. Your nervous system just handles all of that automatically. It is the ultimate multitasker. Okay, so now we've got the players, we understand the process, and we know about the two types of actions. We have everything we need to finally crack the case. Let's go back to that hot stove and figure this thing out. Right, that split-second reaction, the one that happens faster than thought itself. How does everything we just learned explain this incredible act of self-preservation? Let's break it down step by step. Okay, so it all starts, as you'd probably guess, with your nerves. The sensory nerves in your finger are like tiny alarm bells. The absolute second they detect a dangerous temperature, they just fire off this urgent, high-priority message that basically screams, "Danger! Extreme heat!" Now, here is the key to the entire mystery. That emergency message, it doesn't travel all the way up to the brain for a decision. In a crisis like this, that would just take way too long. Instead, it takes a shortcut, going directly to the spinal cord. It completely skips the head office. So the spinal cord acts like a local field commander. It doesn't need to wait for orders from way up at headquarters. It gets that danger signal and immediately makes an executive decision. It fires back an involuntary command straight to the muscles in your arm. Contract, pull away right now. And this entire shortcut, that's what's called a reflex arc. It is a built-in survival mechanism. Your body literally acts to protect itself from damage before your brain, the conscious part of you, has even had time to process the actual feeling of pain. That's why you pulled away before you felt it. Your spinal cord was just protecting you. And this amazing system is running all the time, in ways both big and small. It's not just for emergencies. It's what allows you to feel a cool breeze on your skin. It's how you remember a password. It's what keeps you balanced when you're walking, or makes your stomach rumble, or causes you to blink, all without you giving it a single conscious thought. So it all leaves us with this really fascinating question to think about. Your nervous system is an absolutely incredible piece of biological engineering, a silent partner managing thousands of things every minute just to keep you going. Which really makes you wonder, if so much of your physical self just runs on autopilot, how much of you is actually in the driver's seat?